Hello my angry nerds, this is Fanboy and welcome to your daily dose of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void Edition. Today's game is going to be between RayReign, that's a really hard name to always pronounce. He is our blue Protoss player in the top right hand corner of Dash and Terminal LE, and his opponent today is going to be, I don't know if he's Korean, but we're just going to call him our Korean friend because I cannot pronounce Korean nor spell it nor read it. So he is going to be called our Korean friend. He is our red Protoss in the top left-hand corner of Dash and Terminal. These are ladder games. RayReign did send them to me a couple weeks ago, it seems. This is on the latest patch that I know of. It couldn't have been a couple weeks ago. It was probably about a week ago, roughly. And this replay stood out to me, and so I'm going to cast it. I'm going to cast a couple of his games. The reason why is I have to save up a couple replays for the time that LOTV will be shut down prior to release. To my knowledge, LOTV is being shut down on Monday, and it goes live on the 10th. So that's about a week. So with my schedule as it being right now, I release one video a day. So I need about 12 videos. So this may be one of them. It may not be. So let's get right into it. Ray sent me this replay and said you have to cast it. It's an awesome game, so that's what I'm doing. As I have mentioned in previous videos, my voice is starting to hurt because I've casted so much. Ray's probe does look like he's gonna try to be annoying, but doesn't get a kill. I do know he was gonna try to block this Nexus, and it didn't really all that work. It was delayed just slightly because Ray's is about to finish, and our Korean friend is a tad bit behind by a couple of seconds. So not the biggest. It's not the biggest mistake that you can make. It's not game ending, it's not any of that, but it looks like both players are going for pretty much similar builds. Ray is getting a Stalker while our Korean friend is getting a Stargate. So this could be for Void Raids, or it could be for Oracles, or it could be for Phoenixes. A lot of times in PvP you do see Phoenix used quite a bit. It's somewhat the standard meta-ish. So yeah, that's the thing. Ray's Mothership Core is over here harassing probes and not really our Korean friend doesn't really have anything to stop this Mothership Core from kind of just attacking. But it looks like this Mothership Core already has one kill. Ray did send an Adept into the main, and it just died. And if this probe's not careful, this Mothership Core is going to get 2 kills. Ooh, recall and a wasted photon overcharge. Nice. I mean, that was a lot of energy wasted on a recall, but I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. Ray does have a robotics facility, is pumping out a observer. Does have a forge, is working on +1. No, it's +1 attack. For a second there, I thought it was +1 armor. Is working on Blink, so most likely gonna go for a very heavy Blink Stalker army. Where those Stalkers are? Oh, there they are. They're going across the map, seeing if they can pick up a Mothership Core or a couple probes or whatnot, or even not a depth. That would be a victory in itself. What Ray does not want to do is lose these 2 Stalkers, because if he does, that's like a third of his army. in this early stage of a PvP, these two stalkers represent like a third of his army. Because back at home, he has one stalker. Literally, one stalker. So we're going to see if these stalkers do survive, and it looks like they're going to. Stalkers are going to chase down. Ooh, 3 Phoenixes are on the field, and both of these stalkers from Ray are picked up, and most likely they're going to die. Yes, they are going to die. Both stalkers are going to die. That is a third of Ray's army. That was a good-sized mistake. And it looks like our Korean friend is going to try to capitalize on it by sending his Phoenix flock over here and trying to possibly pick up a couple probes. Turns around at the last second, seeing that Ray does have 4 stalkers. No, not Blink yet. Blink is about 5 or 6 seconds away. And it looks like Ray's just putting stalkers down, and has a cannon at both mineral lines. So we're going to see what comes out of this robo facility outside of just observers. So yeah, that's a thing. Both players do have 2 bases, and it looks like our Korean friend is adding on 2 more gateways, and he keeps producing Phoenixes. These Phoenixes need to do something, because if they don't, then their lives are kind of a waste of time. So both players are going up to the third. That's pretty standard right around this time. Maybe a little late for both, slightly. But ooh, High Templar out for Ray. Does not have Storm, nor is Storm on the way. Is coroning out level 2 attack. Huh, that's interesting. He will have an upgrade advantage on his opponent. His opponent has no upgrades whatsoever. I don't even think he has a forge anywhere, to tell you the truth. No, he does not have a forge. So 2 attack versus none is always an advantage. But our Korean friend does have a large flock of Phoenixes and 2 Immortals. What does Ray have? Ray does have 4 High Templar with feedback. He can very easily feed back those Phoenixes. And here they go. And feedback is used on the Phoenixes, but it looks like most of Ray's army is pretty much dead. I don't know where the High Templar are. If they did try to escape, they got 4 of them got turned into Archons, but this army is still quite deadly. Our Korean friend does look like he sees all these gateways are powered by only 1 pylon, and is about to just move in a wrecked face. And probes are pulled by Ray to try to surround this army, and it's actually working. A large stalker force is pulled from our Korean friend, and yeah, these stalkers are being worked. The probes do go back home, but the mothership core for Ray is gone. I don't know if Ray can handle all this. He does have all these gateways still powered. Has 2 Archons on the way. A Zealot. Void Ray production is started for our Korean friend, and more Immortals. There is only 1 Immortal. That's a lot of stalkers. A Immortal for Ray does come out. 2 Archons are out and push these stalkers home because, well, I mean, Ray's army is very small, but it's very potent against pure stalker, and that's what our Korean friend right now has. So he's gonna just go back home, lick his wounds. There is a probe up here for Ray. I'm assuming he's gonna pylon block this 4th, I would assume. But back at home, Ray is rebuilding his economy. And that's not the right button. Workers kill 24-3. Our Korean friend killed 24 workers, so that is not a bad haul. That's basically a base and a half worth of probes, and worker supply is 55 to 54. Wow, Chrono Boost does allow Protoss to catch up in workers quite quickly, and army supply is 49 to 32. So our Korean friend does have a army supply advantage right now, but does not have any upgrades. Ray does have a 2 attack upgrade lead. Let me turn that back on. There we go. And is getting 3 attack and storm, and he's now starting to produce the good old disruptor. Disruptors are very powerful in PvP. They haven't really quote unquote taken the place of Colossus, but they are another option for Protoss. Because before disruptors, it was go Colossus or die, or go air and die. Our Korean friend does spot Ray's probe and kills it. Mothership Core hasn't really done a whole lot for our Korean friend, and it looks like Ray is taking a 4th. Why our Korean friend is not. So our Korean friend is going to be stuck on 3 bases and is just now getting upgrades, working on that 1 attack. But Ray at the moment has 3 attack, going to be 3 attack very shortly, is getting charge and storm. So that small army is very potent, because you have 4 High Templar that are all have enough energy for a storm. So that's 4 storms right there. 2 disruptors and 2 archons, plus immortal, zealots with charge. Zealots going to be with charge here in a second. Stalkers with blank. Our Korean friend is just now getting his Nexus up and running, or started technically. He does have more disruptors than Ray. Our Korean friend has Void Rays. I almost said Rays, but a Stalker 4 Ray does come out of absolutely nowhere, and the army for our Korean friend is revealed. So Ray actually knows what his opponent has for the most part. So you've got, come here, you got 3 Void Rays. Come on, let me click. No, I don't want to click on the Stalkers. There we go. You have 3, 2, 4, 6 disruptors for our Korean friend, and a lot of Stalkers, and an A immortal, and 4 adepts for no apparent reason, and the 3 phoenixes that are still alive. But they're going to get shot out of the sky if they're not careful. But Ray's army is quite small, does have enough disruptors to very much hurt this army if our Korean friend is not careful. A disruptor shot does whiff, so that's a lot of disruptors. 2, 4, 6, 7 disruptors. And here we go. Here comes the ultimate attack. And why that is happening, you have a bunch of zealots from Ray that are taking out the 4th and moving into the 3rd of our Korean friend. And the large attack is happening. Takes out a ginormous amount of disruptors. Storm does come in and cleans up a lot of that army and makes the shields pretty much disappear on all the Stalkers. Storm comes out again. Zealots come in to clean up, and they're just going to take all of this to town. Another disruptor shot kills the only real 2 disruptors that were on the field, and our Korean friend does GG. Meanwhile, you had a bunch of zealots tearing through the 3rd. Those same zealots took out our Korean friend's 4th and pretty much decimated the 3rd of our Korean friend, and we're going to probably move on to the 2nd here momentarily. But that was a great hold from Ray. he did add on 3 Stargates. Why? I have no idea. I'm assuming for his own Void Rays, but that's a lot of Void Rays. He was looking like he was going to go tick switch right into air. Well, that's interesting. But there was no need. Ray is your victor. I mean, he had an upgrade advantage pretty much the whole entire game. He had 3 attack when that battle started, and our Korean friend only didn't even have, he had +2 on the way. He did have +1, and for some strange reason his probes aren't showing that he had +1 for some strange reason. So that's a thing. +2 was almost finished, so he should have probably waited for that. But I hope you guys enjoyed this game. If you did, please hit that thumbs up button. It helps me out a ton. And if you want to see more daily StarCraft from me, hit that subscribe button. That helps me out a ton too. And I will see you guys in the next replay. Cast. Sort of. Kind of. Everybody's already left this video, so, you know, whatever. See you guys!